All right. So, a very good morning to all of you, and good morning to my dear online live students who are with me. Okay. So, how are you all doing? All great? All good? I'm also good, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for checking my well being as well. Thank you. And those who have not asked, please understand when someone is checking your well being, you're also expected to do the same. You have to reciprocate, isn't it? So, when someone says, how are you? What do you reply? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Hope you're also doing good. Isn't it? That's basic courtesy. So we should know this. Same way when you see me in the corridor or probably in the campus. Hello, sir. Hi, sir. Good morning, sir. At least that wish can be there, no? Because we know each other now. Earlier, probably we didn't know, but now we know. That's again a basic courtesy. Anyways, so let's begin the session today, right? So what will we do first? Obviously, sir, recap first at least a few things what we have discussed in the previous session. So we'll do the recap of the syllabus, correct? Paper number 13, corporate and economic laws, comprises of, sir, module number 1 to module number 11. Remember? Yes, sir, very much. So if you recall, first module, corporate Companies Act, right? Section A is corporate laws, but in that Companies Act 2013. Now, the moment I show the slide, you're looking at that slide. Please don't. Okay, try to recall without seeing the slide. So, in Companies Act 2013, what do we have? Come on, company formation and incorporation. Next, investments and loans. Next, dividend, accounts, audit, board of directors related provisions, that is chapter 11, 12, 13, all the three, isn't it? Then we have got III, inspection, inquiry, investigation, followed by arrangements, correct? Compromise, arrangement, amalgamation, and then prevention of oppression and mismanagement. So only these topics we have got. So directly, yes, but indirectly we know we have some provisions applicable. Come on, which comes from other chapters too. No, I've shown you miscellaneous, it matters. Same way, if you remember, I was telling you this company formation and incorporation, when we discussed, we also discussed about foreign companies. You remember? Right. Then module number 2, the insolvency and bankruptcy code, isn't it? Insolvency and bankruptcy code. Do we have fully that? No. Again, I've told you, few provisions are there. Like if you by any chance read this, okay, you will see from your CMA Institute study material, if you have seen, they said definitions, CIRP, that is corporate insolvency resolution process. Then we've got liquidation, and then, come on, personal insolvency. So, definitions, okay, sir, definitions given under that particular law will be required to read. Okay, fine. But what is the CIRP, sir? You didn't share this. No? Did I share? No. Is yellow okay? Great. So CIRP, as the name goes, corporate insolvency resolution process. So it's a process for what? Resolving what? Insolvency of whom? Corporate. Sir, what is resolving? Now I think you know the meaning of the word resolving. Yes, sir, you will resolve our doubts, correct? That means I will clarify, I will give a solution to it. We'll try to, come on, do that, no? So same way here, when we are saying resolution, resolving, taking some decision, right? Reviving. Decision for what? Revival. As I've told you, it's not just about closure, it's even about revival. Here, so you understood what this topic about? Then liquidation of a corporate person. Yes, sir, if CIRP is not possible, resolution is not possible, then it will get into closure, right? And in that closure process, liquidation is involved. So we'll talk about liquidation process. Apart from this, personal insolvency. So insolvency of whom? Other than corporate. Yeah, persons, that's right. But then insolvency of other than corporate. That we understand. Okay. So this is how we know we are not going to read fully, but a few things in IBC. Okay, great. Module number 3. Corporate governance, social responsibility and sustainability. Sustainability meaning Not just thinking about present, but also for future. So if you cut one tree, 10 trees, what should you do? At least plant 5 trees. That is how you'll protect or save your environment, isn't it? Yes. So that's about thinking about future. Module 4, the SEBI regulations, right? So you know there are some 3 regulations which we said we have it in our syllabus: IPO, takeover, insider trading. Then module number 5 or next module, come on, Competition Act, which includes even provisions relating to CCI, Competition Commission of India. Next, good, Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. Again, in that we'll read even some regulations relating to LRS, ECB, very good, ODI, isn't it? Then we have some laws relating to Banking Regulation Act, RBI, come on, RBI related provisions, and then SARFAESI Act, good. Then insurance related laws, Insurance Act, IRDAI, right? IRDA Act, which talks about IRDAI. Then sir, MSME, good, MSMED, right? And then we have money laundering, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. And then how can we forget cyber security and data privacy? This is how we have got 11 modules. Now if you just observe, I've written something in pink here. Okay, could you see here something in pink? Yes sir, this is 1, looks like 1. Okay, this is 2, sir, here 2. Can you just guess what is it that I have written? This is the sequence in which we'll be studying, because yesterday you didn't ask, even I didn't share, right? The sequence in which we'll take up the topics is, first, what do you think we should do today? Should we start with director's topic? Because generally that's what people do, isn't it? Saying that it has got a lot of weightage and all that. But then that is not the right way. See, there is one possibility that I start with that and I keep raising questions relating to some fundamentals, relating to some basics which are involved there, and you don't answer that, and I keep cursing you, keep abusing you, keep blaming you. You don't know this, you don't know that and all. Correct? That is one approach, no? What will happen to your confidence when I do that? Shattered. Other possibility or other approaches? Sir, let us first discuss basics. Let's revise them quickly. And once we revise them quickly, we'll get that confidence. Then when you start directors and you ask, come on, tell me, what do you mean by officer in default? Do you think you'll jump with answer? Come on, who's manager? Who's managing director? Do you think you will come up with answers? Yes, of course. Because in basics, we'll complete that, right? We'll cover that. Like yesterday, I think, if you remember, I said section 450. I talked about 450. What was that? General penalty clause for the whole of the act. So you know, if any specific section doesn't have penalty, then neighboring sections, neighboring also not there, general penalty clause for chapter, that is also not there, general penalty clause for the act. And that is what is section number 450. So we got to know, right? Now don't you think later, now when I ask something like this, you will easily answer it because you know it now. Same way. Now tell me, what do you mean by compoundable offense? What do you mean by non-compoundable offense? Right? So you're blank. So that should not be there. This is something very fundamental, very basic. So let's understand why I am taking a particular sequence or following a particular sequence. So what will we do is first cover some basics, as I've told you, basics of law, basics of interpretation, basics of company law as well. Why do you think first topic, first module which is given there, I mean topic 1 in first module given company formation and in conversion? Because they want you to revise all that. They want you to revise all that. So once you revise all that, then you get that confidence which is required to take up topic like directors. Okay. So as I've told you, because you wanted to build 50 floors building, does it mean directly 50th floor? No, first foundation only. That is where you can go to 50th floor, right? Slowly, floor by floor. Same way here. Right? All right. So if you understand, first we'll take up basics of law, basics of interpretation. Why basics of interpretation? Sir, what are we going to do? We are, what is this, guys? Acha, is it? Oh, I didn't know it is 70 plus. Guys, understand the question. I've told you, read between the lines. When I'm asking you what is this, everyone knows this is 70 plus. right? When some student comes now and I ask what is the time, and he says 12:10. Oh, is it? Correct? He'll say, is it? We don't know. Oh. So when I am saying what is the time, does it mean that I want to know the time? So I am reminding him, Babu, ఏ టైంకి వస్తున్నావు వస్తున్నావు. I know Telugu. Right. So kindly understand here that this is our objective. Right. Ultimately, whatever we said we will do, understanding, application, right, enjoy the subject, simple, all that ultimately should lead to what? Marks as well. So we said we are having some objective of 70 plus in our CMA examination. And some of you said 60 plus. Some of you said 50 plus. Some of you said 80 plus. Maybe not to me, but to yourself, no. 50 vaste chalra. Right? I get 50, I'm happy. What 70? I should get minimum 80. Some of you might have said this as well, no, to yourself. Come on, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. So what is your objective? Right? So whatever it is, please speak up. Please speak up and see, please understand. Fun, yes, it's essential, but only fun is also not right, because this is your manifestation. You should believe in it and put action accordingly. You don't manifest, you don't have objective, then where will you be heading? You don't know. Correct or not? After the class, you know you have to go home, you have to go to hostel. That means you'll go in that direction. If you decide today is my friend's birthday, I have to attend his birthday party, you know where you have to go. But if you don't know the destination, where will you head? You don't know, right? We don't want that. We are very clear that this is what we are aiming for. So all your actions should lead to this. Clear? So now, honestly, you tell me, or you shout, whatever you do, but tell me what is your objective. Come on. Everyone 70 plus only. So, and you should not see your friend, what is he saying? It is about you. It is about your action. Clear? Great, fantastic. So what did I say? We will first take up, come on guys, we will take up first basics. Basics of what? The law. Basics of interpretation. And once we complete this, then what will we take? Then we will take basics and overview of, can you guess? I should have told you, if you remember, Companies Act. And then, as I've said, we'll go for the topic number 1 in module 1. That is 1.1, I'll say. What is that? Company formation and conversion. And you'll realize few things are already covered when we took basics and overview. Few things. And whatever are the remaining things, we'll first cover it, get confidence that yes, done. Then start with directors, in which, as our friend, dear friend is saying, board meeting, powers and restrictions, directors appointment qualification, remuneration, KMP appointment and remuneration, all that we'll talk about. Then we'll have the flow. By then you will be in a comfortable zone. Sequence matters. Sequence matters. Yes, sir. Definitely it matters. Okay. Right. So we know. Acha. When it comes to chapters, if you have noticed by any chance, which chapters we have got in our syllabus? Okay, sir, you are not writing after directors. That, as I've said, will flow. If you just see, after that we have III, we have compromise arrangement. Then, come on. Right, prevention of oppression and mismanagement. So we'll cover that fully. Then we'll come back to investment and loans, whatever is pending, like deposits and debentures there. Because 186, 187 will be covered along with directors only. Okay. Then dividend, accounts, audit, like that will. Okay. Then obviously after completing that, we'll go to Companies Act, like that. There will be flow. Okay. Right. So this was what we talked about. Then objective. Everywhere the objective is expert knowledge. Come on. What does CMA Institute expect from you when you're reading these topics or these modules? Some objective is there? No. So what do they expect? Sir, expert knowledge as far as Companies Act is concerned. And when it comes to IBC, right, or maybe the third module, corporate governance and all, or SEBI law, competition, FEMA, we said we should have working knowledge, some decent knowledge, correct? And then the remaining ones, we said basic knowledge. This is how they have divided the objective. So it's not completely expert knowledge, it's not completely basic knowledge. It depends upon the module. It depends upon the topic, it depends on the law. Correct? Right, sir. Then anyways, question paper we talked about. I don't think I have to talk about again. That in questions you may find some facts are missing. Practical case study based questions when we have. Then what do? Good. Take assumptions and answer. Right? Your language should match with the bookish language, the barrack language. Correct? No, sir, not possible. That is why we said we should have sophisticated language. Right? We cannot match with that language. So we will have our own language. Own language doesn't mean the way we speak, we will write. That's where I said we should have sophisticated language which has 4 ingredients. Simple English, of course. Then simple English, and then grammatically correct. Further, come on, right? Euphemisms and maximum legal and Latin terms. What do you mean by euphemisms? Polite words, less harsh words. Correct? These 4. Then we also talked about when it comes to writing, what do you need to do? Classroom notes, glossary, daily practice test, isn't it? Glossary, you will come up with the list, you will decide the format, isn't it? No, sir, you said you will guide. Did I tell you that I will guide? Yes, isn't it? So just in case you want to have a look at it, okay, we'll talk about it later, but then just have a look at it. This is how the glossary, the list of glossary looks like. So there are several items which we can include in our glossary preparation. Can you see? Come on, guys. So these are those list of items, and there is format for all of this. So you will prepare this, but not now. Okay, I will help you with that. Then books, tests, doubts. Never ask me any doubts. If you ask me doubt, I'll throw you out of window. Correct? No, not at all. Please feel free and ask your silliest doubt also. Okay? Silliest doubt also I'm saying. Then homework. Some optional homework also there which you should do after becoming CMA. Right? Before becoming CMA, after writing CMA, final examination I said. During that interval, that 2 months, whatever, 1.5, 2 months you get, that time you can do that optional homework if time doesn't permit now. Isn't it? So that you become deserving CMA. All of us want to become, right? So that is where we said some optional homework apart from daily revision, right? Then daily preparation of glossary, writing practice at least to 1 question, which is case study based question, that we should do. No, if we don't do practice, then obviously will not be having the confidence to write the examination. Our unconscious mind, or unconsciously we should be able to write the answers, and that will happen only when you see you're coming from home to this particular venue, this class, this campus, or from hostel. So do you think you every time are consciously coming here? Unconsciously, while talking to friend, while seeing here and there, or while talking over phone, you come here, no? How come? Sir, practice. I've been here maybe in inter, or probably I've come for other subjects, or probably I'm coming since last 2, 3 days, 5 days, so got used to it. So I know it. Unconsciously also I am able to come here. Same way, unconsciously you should be able to write. That confidence you should have. You should not have fear of writing, and that is possible only when you practice, isn't it, guys? Right, sir. Then MCQs after each topic. Compiler anyways will have questions. So whatever questions we solve in the class and the leftovers, you will be solving it. And most important thing, don't forget the last one. What? So only not just gossiping, but also discussing the subject, right? And helping each other. That is also essential, we said. Then do's and don'ts anyways we talked about, right? Yes or no? So all this is done now. So let's begin, isn't it? Right. So please put today's date, and I request those who are watching online live, okay, live online, please you also sit in a peaceful environment with your notebook and other stationery, and please note down, okay, if not completely, at least a few things. So don't be like, because no one is seeing me, so thereby I can attend the class casually. Please don't do that. Okay, Arjun, yes, hello, hi. Ishwar, what happened? Right. So guys, please put today's date, put the heading. Okay, it's a fresh page now, and you'll put the heading as basics of law. and interpretation. Basics of law and interpretation. The early you answer, faster will be the pace. The slower you answer, slower will be the pace. Isn't it? The faster you answer, the early you answer, obviously faster will be our discussion or pace. Because I'm talking about basics now. So sir, what are we going to see here? See the list. Just see here. Okay, don't write this. I'm just showing you the list first. Why law? What is law? What is the procedure for making law? Sources of law? What is the objective of any law? Right? Every law comes with an objective, no? So what is that objective? Then what is the procedure for making law? What is the arrangement? How is law arranged? Do we know all this? If yes, we'll just recap, we'll just revise faster and move. No sir, we don't know. That is where I'll explain. You understand? Great. And then if you see what is there in section number 1 and 2, then below that, rules of interpretation also to some extent. Because we are going to interpret law. We are going to read law means what? Understand law, no? Interpret law. So we should know the rules of interpretation or not. One silly or one simple example I'll give. I'll not call it as silly. Okay. Have you heard of kirana and general store? Have you heard of medical and general store? Yes sir, both we have heard of. So if you just notice, both the places we have general. So can we take the meaning general the same way in both? No. So suppose I want walking stick for my grandfather. I want walking stick. Where do I go? Why not kirana and general store? See, walking stick is not a medicine. Is it a medicine? No. It's a general item. So I can go to kirana and general store, no? You say no sir. Because we need to understand that general should be read in connection with the associated word which is kirana there or which is medical there. So obviously this will go, this is not a medicine, but this will go with medical definitely. So thereby you will find it in medical and general store but not in kirana and general. What about broom, jhadu? Kirana and general store, correct? Not in medical and general store. So on the same lines, if I say now corporate, is it okay or white? Pink okay? No. Which one is better? White. Then I prefer white. Corporate and other laws. Your subject name is corporate and economic laws. I'm talking about if it is corporate and other laws. What does other law mean? Will they have PNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, which is a replacement of IPC if you are aware of? So will that be included there in the syllabus? No sir, not. So we need to understand that other word will go with corporate. Am I right? Yes or no? So kindly understand these are nothing but rules of interpretation. Same way, now let me just test you more slightly, okay, with respect to interpretation. When you read a particular law, it is written there that if an application is filed for condonation, then the central government shall condone the delay. If you read some law, let's say you're reading some law and you come across this sentence. If an application is filed for condonation, what do you mean by condonation? Waiver. Please excuse me. Please forgive me. Okay. So for condonation, if you filed, central government shall condone the delay. What is written there? Shall condone the delay. Now tell me, shall condone meaning compulsorily has to condone. Yes or no? The answer is no. In the context, you need to understand that shall word will be read as may. Has to be interpreted as may. You cannot read it as shall or mandatory. Okay. Correct or not, guys? So you'll say, no sir, shall. We have read grammar. You said grammatically we have to be correct. Are Durmargadu. Please understand one more thing, that you have to be reasonable and you have to understand terms in context also. This is also nothing but one of the rules which we have in interpretation. Okay. Let's say some fire breaks out at some place, so they call fire station, and the person who picks that call, he says, this person complains that there's some fire, please come and rescue us. Okay, he says in the manual it is written that if we receive some complaint, we may rescue, and today we are not in a mood, Varalakshmi Vratam, so sorry, not possible, will come tomorrow. May written, no? Will it hold good? No. Then what do we need to do? Exactly. So may as shall as may, depends. We can't be like following literally the rule of grammar every time when you interpret law. That is where we say law is written in a special way. That is where we say we need to understand the intentions of the lawmakers. That is where we say we need to know the circumstances when the law was made. If you don't know the circumstances when it was made, you don't know the intention, will you understand the law right? No. When Companies Act 1956 was made, that time they wrote that notice of the general meeting has to be sent by post. Why didn't they write courier then? Why didn't they write email then? Why didn't they write electronic way then? Come on guys, answer. Sir, because at that time it was not there. Those things were not there, so they have not written. So today when I am interpreting, let's say I am reading that Companies Act 1956, how do I interpret post as post only? No sir, I will interpret that post word as courier also, electronic mode also. Yes or no? So it's important to understand how to interpret. That is where you will be able to understand law properly, otherwise not. These are some fundamentals. See, your CMA Institute, as I've told you, beautifully has included all those topics which are required in your profession, which are required by a CMA, okay, which will be used by a CMA. From foundation to final, I'm saying. And they did not put in syllabus in such a way that you become an expert. But you should get an idea of everything, and then anyways you'll become an expert when you start working on a particular law or particular act, except for Companies Act to some extent, because there they expect at least some sort of expertise, but other laws definitely not. Clear to you, all of you? Okay, one last thing. Okay, one last, because I'm just recalling some example. Our friend Pavan has some guest at home, and he is attending the classes. You know, he is quite obedient student, he is attending the classes, so he cannot take those guests for sightseeing and all, but those guests have come for sightseeing, for seeing Hyderabad. Okay, so now he is very busy and he doesn't want to miss the basic classes, and very obedient, right Pavan? Smile boss. So what he does is, he asks his friend Bhargav, he asks his friend, he asks his friend Bhargav, Bhargav, I am busy, you know, auntie has come, uncle has come from village, I am not able to take them around, so you do one thing, you take them to Ramoji Film City, Birla Temple, okay, Statue of Equality, etc. What does he say? Ramoji Film City, Birla Mandir, Statue of Equality, etc. Okay. Now what does Bhargav do? He says etc. is written. So let me take them to my grandparents' house. Let me take them to the academy where our dear friend Pavan is studying or taking coaching. Will it hold good? Will it be right? Can he interpret etc. like this? Come on guys, no, not possible, not correct also. That etc. can include Charminar. That etc. can include Charminar. That etc. can include maybe Lumbini Park, Tangbund, yes or no? But certainly not his grandparents' house and not this academy. So please understand, again, what are you using? Rules of interpretation. Maybe unconsciously, but you are using. Because that etc. again has to be read with those connected words. Okay. Same way, sometimes or word or, we'll have to interpret it as and as, sir, yesterday you have shown something, small company, 2 clause 85, there we didn't change or as and, that though, what did we say? Government only. Government meaning Modi. The meaning, what is government? MCA. In the context, we need to understand when we say CG, it is not central government which we are asking, rather we are asking ministry, and that is MCA. So they removed the difficulty by issuing an order saying that you need to read that or as and. We didn't do that. They asked us. But sometimes we'll only have to do it. We'll only have to do it. So that time also will, those type of things also will come. There might be conflict also between some provisions. How to resolve those conflicts? So we'll use some rule again there. Every time we say he, him, and I hope you know that he includes. So when we say he is automatically included. This is how it is. Again, rules of interpretation. Have you heard of one law called as General Clauses Act 1897? Those who have done cmainter probably will know that there's something called as GCA 1897. Why is it there? For these reasons only, no? That there are certain things for which law is not defined, or any particular law is not defined. So who has defined? GCA, General Clauses Act. Same way, some principles are there with respect to interpretation, not there in specific law, is there in General Clauses Act. So some glimpse of that is required. Okay, some idea relating to that is required. Am I making sense? Are you able to follow me? Do you think it is required or not? It is. So let us do that as well. That's where I've written rules of interpretation. So first let's talk about why law. Sir, all of us know why law. Why law? Sir, if law is there, that is why we are able to sit peacefully in this particular class. You agree? Law and order there? No. Just imagine there is no law and order. There are riots going on outside. What will happen? Do you think we'll be able to have peacefully this class? No, not possible. Isn't it? So we know why law. So I'll not spend too much of time on it. But what you will do is, please put the heading. As I've told you, don't write everything, but at least write few things. So you've written the topic name, basics of law and interpretation. Now first one there, why law? Why law? And maybe you can scribble 1 or 2 words once you understand. Okay, now all of you, you're able to follow? Right. So why law, sir? Because there should not be any theft, there should not be any chaos, there should not be any violence, there should not be any crime, there should be rights for the citizens, there should be peace existing in the society, there should be freedom to express, there should be a free trial, there should be justice prevailing. That is why we need law, right? All of that. So you don't have to write all those words, not needed. 1 or 2, whichever you like, write it. No, sir, I don't want to write that also because I know. Okay, no problem. Topic name you have written. You can go to the next one. Okay. So what do you see here? What do you see here? Sir, the top picture shows it's all chaos. We cannot understand anything there. First picture, I'm talking about first picture, please. Can you understand anything here? No. That is what happens when there is no law. Society becomes chaos, chaotic, vague, ambiguity will be there. And when law is there, see the other picture. That means you will have someone to help you, someone to take care of you, isn't it? That is why this picture. So pictures help. Pictures help. Yes, sir, certainly it helps. Pictorial memory, people say. You know, looking at pictures, newspaper you see, hoardings you see, pictures. Why? Because we understand easily. Sometimes with words we may not, but pictures, right? No parking. Enough, isn't it? So everyone cannot read no parking. You and me probably can read, but everyone cannot. But at least symbol will help. So this is how, please understand pictures, symbols, emojis. It's all helpful, but has to be interpreted correctly. Okay. Now, next one, meaning of law. Please write next, second, meaning of law. So please tell me, what is law? What is the meaning of law? No? Law, the rules and regulations. Basically, what is law? Set of rules, regulations. Someone will say obligations. Okay, no problem. Okay, so rules and regulations for whom? Sir, for us. That means for a particular relationship. We are in a relationship now? Yes or no, guys? Yes. Do you think I'm in relationship with this society? Yes. I'm in relationship with this environment? Yes. So we are having a relationship. So we want some rules and regulations for a relationship, and should be given by whom? Proper authority. And how will the authority be decided? So it depends on domain. Because if I talk about India, who's the lawmaker, who's having the authority? Parliament. But when I talk about state of Telangana, then state legislature, will not say assembly alone, state legislature, assembly and council both will come. So we have to understand that that authority will depend upon the territory. Clear? For our classes also we have some do's and don'ts, no? Now do you think because we defined some do's and don'ts, now you have some clarity? Now let's say he wants to walk out. Do you think he need to ask me? No, already general permission given. Do's it was written. 5 times he is going, coming. He knows it can't be done. It should not be done. So because we have already defined, it's very clear. She says, sir, I'm hungry. I want to munch something. I've got some salad. I have got some fruit. I want to eat. Do you think she need to ask me? No, already defined. So don't you think the beauty of these rules and regulations is that you get a lot of clarity, right? And there will be no conflict also. For the things which I have not defined. Now doubts also, I said you can raise your hand, ask me your doubts, right? Even after the class, I'll wait for 5 minutes. If you want to ask, then that is also welcome. Didn't I tell you that? So you have a clarity on that. Those things which I have not given a clarity, don't you think there can be conflict between us? Don't you think probably that will lead to spoiling the relationship? Yes, sir. Same way here. If laws are not there in the society, you can imagine how the society, just imagine a at a crossroad traffic signal not working. What will happen? Right? Chaos, traffic jam. So we don't want that. Okay? So anyways, coming back to the meaning of law, we'll say nothing but in short, rules and regulations for a relationship in a particular domain, that is particular area set up by proper authority. Okay? Okay? Now someone will argue here, saying that, sir, but objective you have not written. Objective you have not written in this meaning. Law is for some justice and all, no? Correct or not? You have not written meaning when you wrote, you should be writing even the objective. Now again, I'll say read between the lines. So if you just read between the lines, if you just focus here, okay, visible? Now visible? Leave it. Let's use this for a relationship. So now which type of relationship you want to have? Healthy, unhealthy, smooth, right? So healthy, smooth. So when we have smooth relationship, like we guys, if we have smooth relationship, do you think then justice will be there? Do you think justice will prevail? Fairness will be there? Yes, sir. So covered, no? What's your good name? What's your bad name? What's your name? So his name is Ishwar. Do I need to specify good name? No. Whatever name is there is good only. And there's no bad name. Kindly understand. Same way when I'm talking about relationship, when we say rules and regulations, do we want rules and regulations for a bad relationship? No, no. For a smooth only. And if smooth relationship is there, fair relationship is there, automatically what will happen? Justice will prevail. Covered there, no? Covered there or not? Right? In a particular domain, that is area set up by proper authority. Now someone will say, sir, in short, what is law? In short. This is also in short only. No, I want further short. Written will of legislature. Written will of legislature. Clear? Written will of legislature. Will and wishes, but written way. Of whom? The lawmakers, the sovereign, the parliament. Isn't it? Great. Sir, why this picture? Are pictures having any relevance? Or just like that I have pasted because I love them or I like it? There is relevance. If you just see here, I said what is the meaning of law. So is it only from the point of view of India? So that is why globe here. And that's where this hammer, as you know, indicates law. Okay, so every picture will denote something. Sir, we understood this. Now we want to know application, sir. Meaning, we want to apply this knowledge. You got some knowledge now, you got some understanding now. Sir, we want to apply that so that we know whether we have understood this properly or not. And you also said, sir, the other day, knowledge is power only when applied. So let's check your application. So for the next question which I am going to ask, what will you see? What will you keep as base? This meaning of law, correct? So my question is very simple. What is business law? What is business law? You know law, right? Now tell me, what is business law? Rules and regulation. Very good. For business relationship in a particular domain, set by whom? Proper authority. Done. So that's what is written here. Right. Now you have to use smartness. If at all someone is writing, don't write fully everything. Say business law is equals to law plus business relationship. Done. Why do we waste time writing fully everything? That's why I say smart work, hard work, both. Right, Sundar? Both are needed. Only hard work will not help. Smartness has to be applied. Sir. Please ask one more question, sir. We want to test application once again, sir. Okay, if you're requesting so much, how can I upset you, insult you, isn't it? Yes. Jokes apart. Now, the next question is, what is business laws for CA, CMA aspirants? You guys are CMA aspirants. Some of you might be doing CA also, who knows? Right? So, CA, CMA aspirants. What is business laws for you? Now, what will you take base? Okay, what will you take as base to answer this question now? Business law for CA or CMA aspirant. Come on. So, first answer, what will you take as base? Business law. Because I said, what is business law for CA, CMA aspirant? I didn't say what is law for CA, CMA aspirant. I said business law. So, obviously, you'll take business law as the base. Correct? Now, please answer. So, you were answering. Rules and regulations. Uncle John, you're in a hurry. Come on, I know you're hungry, but then don't eat the answers or the words. Okay, anyone else? Rules and regulations? Yes, sir. That will not change. That will remain the same. For business relationship? Yes, sir. Because you said business law. So, for business relationship in a particular domain. Sir, you asked for CA, CMA aspirant. And we guys read about those laws which are applicable to the country. Are you reading any law which is for Telangana state, for Andhra state, for Karnataka state, for Jammu and Kashmir? No, no. You're reading those laws which are for the country as a whole. So you will change in a particular domain to what? India. And then set up by, made by Parliament. Made by Parliament. No, sir, we read about state laws also. So add India or state, Parliament or legislature. But don't fight for that. Okay, so if you just see business law for CA or CMA aspirant. So I've just changed what? Two things, no? From business law. So now if you ask me the answer for this, I will say, I will write like this: business law plus India plus Parliament. That will help. Acha, can I say India is a state? India is a state. Can I say that? Yes, I can. There's nothing wrong. See, please understand, India is a country. But then this word state can be used even for country. Can be used for any place also. Understand? In the context, we need to identify. Same way, legislature I can use. And in the context, you'll understand, sir is talking about India. So what legislature means is Parliament. Clear, no? Can I call Modi as Chief Minister? Actually, yes. Because if you see the meaning of Chief Minister, Prime Minister, means someone who's heading, no? The minister, someone who's heading the government, no? Correct or not? However, we will get confused. That is why we decided that when it comes to India, that is country, will use the term prime minister, and when it comes to states of Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra, whatever, okay, there will use the word chief minister, so that we don't have any confusion. Clear to you? Context helps us understand. Here, next. So 3 we have talked about till now. Meaning of law, meaning of business law, and business laws for you guys. That is CA, CMA. Wonderful. Now, let's talk about types of law, because I'm saying business law. So obviously we get a question, what are the different types of laws? So let's just try to cover it. Come on, fast. Economic laws, very good. Civil laws, criminal laws, cyber laws, Information Technology Act 2000, cyber law, isn't it? Like that we know some laws are there. That only I've written here. Okay. Business laws, which will include corporate law or labor law, commercial law, industrial laws. All of this is nothing but business law. And then, come on guys, fiscal, economic, civil, criminal, cyber, environmental, like that we can say. Someone will say, sir, common law you forgot. Okay, I've written there, common law, principle of natural justice. Okay, I'll ask you some questions, that's it. I'll not trouble you more here. I'll just ask you a question. You answer, then great. Don't answer, then not great. Okay, but I know you will answer. What is the meaning of fiscal laws? This term fiscal, not physical, fiscal. Fiscal laws. Laws which deals with exchequer. Laws which deals with exchequer. And what do you mean by exchequer? Revenue of the government. And where does the revenue of the government mainly comes from? Mainly comes from taxes. That means there are other sources of income also for government, but then mainly it comes from taxes. So can I say your Income Tax Act, GST and all are fiscal laws? Yes, fiscal laws. You understand? So deals with what? Exchequer. Now you'll say, sir, I don't know the spelling. Arey baba, exchequer. So check spelling you know? Yes, sir. Checker. So you'll add R. And then prefix you will have X, sir. That so we know X. Okay, we not know, sir. So exchequer, simple. So what is exchequer? Revenue of the government. And where does the revenue of the government mainly comes from? Taxes. Right, sir. So we got the examples also, sir. Income Tax Act, right? GST. That is nothing but fiscal laws. Okay. Now what is economic laws? What is the meaning of the word economic laws? Don't give me examples. I'm saying meaning. Then we'll talk about example. Right? Laws dealing with money or revenue of the government. Money is same. No. Please understand, when I'm saying dealing with money, it can be others revenue also, no boss? But when I'm talking about only revenue of government, that means I'm talking about exchequer. That means I'm talking about fiscal laws. Right? Please understand. So economic, that means you're talking about laws relating to money. Like, sir, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Like, sir, Foreign Exchange Management Act. What are those? Economic law. Something to do with economy, you will say. Getting my point? All of you. Now please tell me, this was first question. You understood, right? You understood, no? Next question is, as a CA, CMA aspirant, which laws you will focus on? Do you study cyber laws, environmental laws and all? Criminal laws? No. So which one you will focus on? Right, so obviously the first three. Right, you will say first three, which is nothing but civil law, sir. Okay, agreed. This is our area of specialization. We are not doing LLB here, right, where we say we'll read even criminal laws and other things, right? So we need to understand business, fiscal, economic. That's our area of discussion and expertise. Am I making sense? All of you are able to follow? So next time someone asks, you'll know what is fiscal law, what is economic law, right? Great. Achha, I don't think I have to explain you corporate, commercial, industrial, labor, all of that is aware, right? So I'll not spend time on that. I'll go to the next one. Sources of law. What are the sources of law? Where does law come from? Sir, English law, sir. What's my question? Sources of law. Did I say sources of Indian law? No. So please understand, I am talking in general. Come on. Constitution. Very good. Further. Come on. Any other source? Case laws. Very good. Case laws. Court decisions. No. That is also source for law. Now, Income Tax Act 2025, which has come, do you think has ignored all the case laws, previous case laws? No, sir. How can they ignore? All landmark judgments and other things they have included or they have considered and then made the new law. Isn't it, guys? So we understand that definitely they'll consider the case laws. Okay, next. How do you forget or how can you forget society? Laws are for society, for us. Can they ignore us? No, sir. Rather, these days, so they ask our suggestions. They say, give our input. They'll share the bill with us, no? Yes or no? So, certainly they have to consider the society, the traditions, customs, usages, rituals, beliefs, and then make some law. They can't ignore that. Okay? Acha. Please tell me, can I, or can someone, not just me, can someone go to temple with footwear? Inside the temple, I'm saying. Why? Okay, anyways, let's leave why. Now, Modi makes a law saying that you are allowed to use footwear inside the temple. He makes a new law. The parliament, Modi meaning obviously the parliament there makes. Will you accept? You'll throw Modi out. Not footwear out first, but Modi out first. Isn't it, guys? You'll say our beliefs. He gives an example. He says in church it is allowed. So why not in temple? He says God is everywhere. Then so you should not be using footwear at all. He's giving logic. Still, what will you say? Please take your law back. Gen Z. Please don't forget. Right? So you need to understand that no one can ignore the society. That education minister had to resign, right? He cannot ignore the youth, the society basically. So that is definitely the first source, no? That is definitely the important source, the first source rather. So broadly we say how many sources are there? 3. Okay? Society first. Second one, come on, court decisions. And third one, right, constitution. Someone will say, no sir, not society, rituals, belief. Okay boss, it's all one and the same. Okay, whether we say Pavan, whether we say Laddu, is one and the same. Laddu at home, Pavan in the class. And for friends, maybe Pavu. We don't know. Clear? Right. So guys, one more thing. Keep writing. Don't wait. As I've told you, you will not have so much of time that I discuss first, then sit, you will write. No, I don't follow that. You have to develop. Okay. Now, sir, why did you use the word equity here, sir? Equity means equity shares we are talking about, sir. No, boss. In the context, again, you need to understand when we refer to equity, we are referring to case laws. Equity refers to uniformity, basically. Refers to uniformity. So when we say court decisions, what do we expect the judge to do? Maintain uniformity or non-uniformity? Sir, uniformity, sir. The way he is treating her, same way he should treat the other person also, no? Come on, guys. The law, the judges have to do that or not? Yes. There may be exceptions, exemptions. In public interest, you know, it is allowed. Now he'll say, sir, I jumped the signal. Mamu stopped me. Mamu, traffic cop, police. And he asked me to pay fine. And from behind, sir, that hospital ambulance was going. They did not stop. They did not find them. Then what will we say? Arey Durmargudu, please understand, in public interest that is required. Isn't it? With love and affection, I am using this word casually. Okay, don't take it. Oh, what is this? He said Durmargudu. Arey Baba, rules of interpretation. Read between the lines. When someone says donkey, does it mean you become donkey? No. You friends, you call each other, right? Address like that. It's all with love, nothing more. No, sir, we are getting hurt. You cannot use this word. Okay, my dear soldiers. Is that fine? My dear champions. Come on, you will be champion, right? Gayatri, I'm not able to hear you. Right? All of us want to be a champion, and we will be champion provided we think like that. Right? First step starts with thinking, planning. Then obviously execution will take place. Okay, anyway, so my dear friend, what were we saying? That has jumped the signal. Come on, guys. Mamu fine, but doesn't mean they will fine. So there can be exceptions in law, but then those are exceptions in public interest. Otherwise, uniformity has to be there, no? So equity, the context you need to understand. Okay. Achha, what do you mean by judicial or quasi-judicial pronouncements? That means, what do you mean by judicial body, quasi-judicial body? Pronouncements is decisions, orders, right? So orders not just given by courts, High Court, Supreme Court, okay, but also given by quasi-judicial bodies. Example, sir, NCLT, sir. Sir, Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, sir. Securities Appellate Tribunal, sir. These are what? Quasi-judicial bodies. Someone will say NCLAT. Okay, sorry. Written, happy. NCLAT, NCLT. What are these? Quasi-judicial bodies. Who has established them? You'll say, sir, central government. Who gave the power to the central government to establish? Act, law. Who gave? Act gave. So NCLT, if it is established, the power came from Companies Act. ITAT, Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, power comes from Income Tax Act. Same way, the others, Securities Appellate Tribunal, that comes from SEBI. So please understand, SEBI Act gives the power, that is why they were able to establish. You know, in Companies Act, we have some special codes. You know, special codes. Okay, no problem. There's something called as special codes. So now tell me, is it judicial body or quasi-judicial body? Quasi-judicial. I said in Companies Act. So obviously what I'm indicating is that the power comes from Companies Act. So don't go by the word court means judicial and tribunal means, or appellate tribunal means quasi-judicial. Yeah, generally that works. But sometimes they may use the word court even for quasi-judicial bodies. So differentiating factor is who gave the power. If constitution gives the power, then it is judicial. If law, act gives the power, quasi-judicial body. The quasi-contract. Contract which comes because of laws are quasi. We don't want to do contract, but law says contract is there. Quasi. Simple. You'll remember now, quasi-judicial by law. Isn't it, guys? So say, recall something which you have learned in the past that can be your clue to remember. Anyways, third, then so constitution. Obviously, no law can ignore constitution and make, right? I mean, lawmakers cannot ignore constitution and make any law. They have to always keep that as the, come on, base. Yes, good. Sir, then parliament, legislature you have written. Yes, because they'll also use their brains, no? They'll also study the environment, no? Through expert committees and all. So it's all one and the same. So three sources broadly are there when it comes to any law. Now I ask you one simple question, very simple question. May I? Few people say law is illogical. Law is illogical. No logic, Ray. Do you think why? Or can you give me the reason why it is illogical sometimes? Sir, because we could see one of the sources, society, rituals, tradition, customs, usages, and those can be without logic also some. Don't cross when the cat, right? Wedding time, the groom, come on, what will he do? Apply sindoor on the forehead of the bride. Which color sindoor? Purple, white, no, red. Do you understand why that is needed, boss? Why not female applies on men's forehead? Right? So there are some, we don't even know the logic. There might be some logic for sure, but probably we've forgotten as well. Kindly understand the source. You know, marriage, actually, if you ask me, white sindoor should be there because white denotes peace, full marriage. Red denotes danger, dangerous. jokes apart, but then please understand what I'm trying to say is sometimes rituals may not, or society, customs, traditions may not have logics, or maybe logics are there, but people have forgotten. That's why law looks also illogical without logic. Anyways, clear? Now let's go to the next one. Objective of law. Objective of law. Every law will have an objective. Indian Contract Act, which you read, has an objective, had an objective. Come on, Income Tax Act 2025, which you're reading now, which you've started reading, has an objective. Company law, yes sir, every law will have an objective, sir. You have an objective. He has an objective. He has an objective. He has an objective. Come on, guys, answer. Without asking each one of you, do you think I can tell you what is your objective? Do you think I can tell you what is the objective of Ishwar? What is the objective of our madam? Madam. Gayatri to okay. In Subhashini, yeah. Yes, I was able to, but sorry, remember now. Subhashini. Can I tell what is the objective, Subhashini? Come on. Yes, madam. Sorry, I don't know your name. I didn't ask. Sahasra. Can I tell her objective? Sundar, can I give you what is your objective? Without asking you. I can. You want me to try? You want me to try? Be happy. That is the ultimate objective of every individual sitting here and sitting outside or standing outside. Not just yours, I'm saying outside also. Provided rational person. He or she is a rational person. Sadist means I can't do anything. If he's a rational person, obviously he'll say, I want to be happy in my life. No, sir, my objective is to become a practicing CMA. Then after that, you want to be unhappy. Sir, I want to earn crores of money. I want to reach where Elon Musk reach. After that, you want to be unhappy. Sir, I want to be the best son. After that, you want to be unhappy. No. So ultimately, everything should lead to what? Happiness. Same way, now you don't know the objective of each and every law. Still you can say the ultimate objective of any law is justice. Every law should lead to what? Justice. Correct? Specifically, there will be some objective written, but that should lead to justice. Which type of justice? Sir, both monetary and non-monetary. Both way. That is called as socio-economic justice. Socio-economic. Economic, money. Monetary. Socio is non-monetary. So you don't have the right to live in this society for 1 week. Suppose you do not have, for the offense which you have done, they say come, Mavayagar Intiki. Where? Jail. So for 6 months jail, for 1 week jail, that means you don't have the right to live in this society. Same person does, some another person does the same offense, then you say, sir, same 6 months means for him also 6 months, for one week means for 1 week only. Correct or not, guys? So we expect non-monetary way also justice, not just monetary. Sir, you accepted his doubts, sir, but you did not take my doubts, sir. Will you argue? Will you argue like this when I do this? Come on, yes. But if I take your doubt, I'm taking her doubt as well, his doubt as well, her doubt as well, then. So we want justice in non-monetary aspects also. Please understand, not just monetary aspect. How much fees you have paid, how much fees he has paid, how much fees he has paid. It all should be same, no? If suppose this person has paid 50% of the fees, you'll be like, what? Bamardi or Bomardi, what do you call? Correct. People will question this, right? So please understand, boss. We expect justice here. Socio-economic, monetary, non-monetary. Come on. Clear? Any law you take. Now, Indian Contract Act. You don't know the specific objective. What can you say? Sir, ultimately, I know it should lead to justice. You don't know the objective of Companies Act, but you'll say ultimately it should lead to justice. So don't you think sometimes when you don't know the right answer, accurate answer, then don't give the wrong answer. And that is how we are not giving the wrong answer, though we are not giving even the accurate or correct answer. Be happy. Okay. Is it accurate objective? No. But is it wrong? No. So play safe. Life is a game and you have to play safe. That is where you win. Or at least you will be happy that I fought. Okay, sir. Let's go to the next one. Features of law. So we are not going to discuss all the features, but important ones. All right. So some important features of law. The features means, can I talk about features of a teacher, features of prime minister of this country, features of the CEO? No, no. Functions we talk about. Can we talk about features of company? Yes, sir. So you understand when to use features, when to use functions. What are we talking about now? Features of law. And some important features, not all the features. Yes, sir. We know law is mandatory, compulsory. That's one of the features. Achha, mandatory for those on whom it is applicable and where it is applicable. Now, suppose I ask our brother, Sridhar, show me your driving license. How dare you sit in this class without driving license? You don't know driving license is compulsory? He'll say, what nonsense are. To sit in this class, we need driving license. No. It is mandatory, but mandatory for whom? Those who are driving a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, that too on the road, not in cellar. That's a where applicable. Please understand what I'm saying. For those whom it is applicable and where it is applicable. Mandatory, but that has to be added. Otherwise, the answer will be incomplete. Please understand, guys, you will very soon be called as a professional. And your answer should be different. Your answer should be sophisticated. Your answer should be advanced when you compare with others. Otherwise, like how you're laughing, people will laugh at us. And we don't want that. Okay? Like that. Any more features? Yes, sir. Every law will have an objective. That's also one of the features. Correct? Further, any more features? Sir, if I don't know law, they will spare me. They'll say, no problem, go, love you, bye. Is it? Then, ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorantia juris non executat. Right. Further, sir, every law will have flexibility also, because you said ambulance exemption, flexibility is there, no? So some exemptions, exceptions, and also flexible in the sense that there are amendments. Correct? There are changes which is going to take place. Why changes take place? Law is for society. And do you think society changes? Do you think the same dish which you used to like in your childhood you like now? Probably no. I'll not say no. I'll say probably no. Same color, same person, same whatever you used to like. Is it the same now? No. And 10 years later? Again, don't you think it will change? Your taste and perceptions, your liking, disliking will change or not? Yes, we evolve, we grow. So law also has to evolve, law also has to grow. Situations are changing. Please understand, my dear friends. Okay? Right. So law has flexibility in that sense, amendments and even exceptions, exemptions. Further. Okay. One at least you give, you're not giving anything. Law should be complied in such a way that it should be in not just letter but also spirit. Compliance in letter and spirit. Dayam. That spirit we are talking about. No, sir. This is not Dayam. This is not Bhoot. This spirit means what? You should apply, you should comply with law in such a way that the objective for which it is made is achieved. Simple example I'll give you. Okay, simple example from our day-to-day life again. You are at a crossroads. You want to go straight. You want to go straight. The signal turns red. But you see there's a free left. Free left. So what you do is you take left, take U-turn, see, and then left, and you go. Did you comply with law? The answer is because this was only compliance in law, but not, I mean, compliance in words, but not in letter and spirit. Spirit is also important. The objective is also important, no? Meaning, sir, Sir, free left there, no. Array, free left is for whom, bhai? Those who have to go left. For them, this free left is there. For those who have to go straight, they have to wait. Imagine you're doing this left U-turn. So the persons whose signal, let's say coming from this side, whose signal is green, what will they have to do? Wait. Because obstacle getting formed, no? You're taking U-turns. Everyone like you is taking U-turns. So these people whose signal is green will have to be like, wait, no. Will it serve the purpose? No. Auction sale. They say if someone's property is getting auctioned, then he is not allowed to participate in that auction. So that dirty fellow, he sent some friend of his. Is it compliance? No, because it's not in letter and spirit. Might be in letter, might be in words, but not in spirit at least. Objective has to be achieved, guys. You're sitting here, but mind somewhere else, not concentrating in the class, and someone says, where you present? You say, yes. It's of no use then, isn't it? So kindly understand, compliance in letter and spirit, uniformity, objective, anyways we said, written in a special way. These are other features. Okay, the important ones, if you ask me, as I've said, mandatory for those whom it is applicable and where it is applicable, right? Those whom and where it is. Flexibility, then compliance in letter and spirit, ignorance, and then objective. These 4 5 are very, very important. You cannot miss out. So someone asks you to write at least these 4 5 first, you should write. Then you may write uniformity, written in a special way and all. Rather objectivity also you can write at the end. 4 very important. Okay, understood? Compliance in true letter and spirit. What does that mean? Don't just follow law, but follow law in which way? Come on, answer, guys. In the way that objective is achieved. Every law will have an objective that should be achieved. Then we can say we have followed law, we have complied with. Okay. All of you. Next. I don't think I have to talk much about this because you already know it. Article 246 in the Indian Constitution. This article gives the power to make law. Depends on the list. I don't think you need to even write. Just observe once, but then you know it, isn't it? So, union list, then parliament, right? State list, then state legislature, and concurrent list means both parliament and state legislature can make it. Entries are there in that. All of that. So let me just move. Fine. This one you have written, those who wanted to write. Next, procedure for making law. Procedure for enacting law, meaning making law. Is there any procedure? Yes, sir. cmainter we have read already. cmainter you have read. How do we make? Let's try to recall. Sir, depends upon whether it is money bill or other bill. Okay, but then this will not be enough. This is just the hint, this is just the clue. And we want to understand the procedure. And if you don't know the accurate answer, the right answer, then at least make sure that you don't give the wrong answer. So play safe. How do we play safe? Some bill will be prepared, sir. And that bill will be presented before the cabinet, sir. They take people's input also, sir. And that bill, once is finalized by the cabinet and all, then it is placed before President, Parliament for discussion and debate. First it will go to Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, no boss, Parliament. Once it is approved by both the houses, then it will go to President for his or her assent. And then it becomes an act. And once an act is made, then yes, implementation will take place. And before implementation, obviously publication in official gazette, one will say. Clear, no? So if we don't know the exact answer, accurate answer, you don't remember, then at least this is the answer which you can give. No one will say this is wrong. Okay, so if you understand there, I have included even Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Ministry of Law and Justice. You've forgotten so early. You've read this in cmainter, no? Report from expert committee or committees. Report from expert committee or committees. And then respective ministry's responsibility to study that report and accordingly approach Ministry of Law and Justice. They will help in drafting, no, because they know the legal language. And then with the help of Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, it will be placed before the Parliament. But of course, after taking cabinet's input and all, okay, then it will be placed before the Parliament. And once Parliaments approve it, see, I didn't write first Lok Sabha, then Rajya Sabha, because you know it, that also can differ. And then the bill, once passed by Parliament, will be taken to, come on guys, President, and then published in the official gazette, because now it becomes an act. And once it is done, then implementation will take place, and later when they realize there is need of amendments, they may issue amendments or make amendments. And if they realize there is some mistake, then they will issue corrigendum. I hope you know corrigendum. Rectification. Like rectification of errors topic you read now in accounts. Same way, when some mistakes are done somewhere, your CMA institute has done some mistake, let's say. So they'll issue corrigendum. There's nothing but rectification. Okay, and then obviously notification from time to time, all this will be there. Correct? Sir, in implementation you have written something. That is, see, you cannot expect every law to be implemented at one go, completely, the whole law. No. It may be implemented in phases. So if you just see here, at one go or maybe phased manner. And then when will it be implemented? Immediately? Maybe, sir. Don't say no. It may be. Or sir, prospective. That means from a future date. And very rarely you will find that retrospectively, that is backdated also. In public interest, of course, if required, then they'll do that. Generally prospective. That is future date. Not immediate, not retrospective. Generally, I'm saying. So timing of implementation I have written there, and same way manner of implementation I have written when I say at one go or phased manner. Come on guys. So report from expert committee or committees, then respective ministries, then there will be role of MLJ and even MPA, cabinet, right? Then it will go to Parliament, President, and then it becomes an act, so published in official gazette, and implementation and amendments corrigendum as per the requirement. Notification is. This is how the procedure for enactment. Okay. Now let me ask you some questions here. Very. Okay, what is this official gazette? Sir, yesterday you have shown Gazette of India, Bharat ka Rajpatra. See, no. When I opened the Bare Act of Companies Act, company law, isn't it? What is official gazette? Very, very good. You can say, sir, that's like newspaper of government, sir. Right? Official newspaper released by government or government departments, government agencies. For what purpose? For communicating with public. How will they communicate? How will they inform us? WhatsApp. That's not, that might be informal way. Formal way is gazette. See, earlier days, olden days, if you just recall, king used to send his messenger, he used to do drum beating. Suno in Hindi, okay? Telugu, Vinandi, and then he used to announce. He used to make that announcement, he used to communicate. But those things happen now. Gazette. And now, it is not the physical paper, it's now the website. If you're aware, egazette.gov.in. You're aware of that? There's a website. So on that it will be published. Sir, only central government publishes in the official gazette? No. Even state government basically, and government departments, government agencies, we said they will. Okay, all of you. So I'll send you the link of some useful websites like e-gazette, right? Same way for Companies Act, you can use some websites. And if you have heard of indiacode.nic.in, heard of it? There you will find all the laws. I'll show you as well. That too I'll show you as well. And few I will send the link to you. Please visit those websites. It will be helpful. Okay. Why did I say this is not the accurate answer? If you want to know, go back to your cmainter study material, and see the procedure for enacting law, then you will know why money bill, other bill, and why this, and why I did not write first Lok Sabha, then Rajya Sabha and all. I just wrote Parliament's approval. Okay, you will know the reason for it. That homework you have to do. Am I right? Am I clear? Okay, next question. Again, very simple question I'm asking you. And see guys, please don't just understand. Think about presentation also. Like you'll say, sir, I also knew official gazette, but did you present? So whenever you understand something, immediately think about application, immediately think about implication, immediately think about presentation. Start thinking. Okay, I know it, but how do I present? If someone asks, how will I answer? That's important, no? I understand, I know many things, but I don't know how to share. I don't know how to present. Will it help? No. It's important that we work on presentation. So tell me now, what is official gazette? Official newspaper of the government or government agencies or departments, released for what purpose? Communicating with the public. If we use this sentence, don't you think people will accept your answer? It may not be the technical answer, that's okay, but you gave what it is. Define calculator. So technical definition is there, but you can say that it's a machine which is used for calculation purpose. Simple. No one can say it is wrong. So that is how you have to work on presentation. Okay guys? Right sir. Sir, one question you were asking. Is act, law, code, statute, ordinance same or different? Are these terms same or different? Different. Who says different? Very good. Law is different from act. Law is wider. When I say we are going to read company law, then what are we going to read? Only Companies Act? No sir. Act you have shown yesterday. Plus we'll read rules, circulars, notifications, case laws, like that n number of things we'll read, no? So when we say law, it includes all of that. The law is wider, act is not wider. Okay my dear friends? Sir, what about statute? Statute is nothing but act. Sir, what about code? Code is nothing but act. But when the source for an act is multiple acts, not one act, multiple acts, like IBC for that matter, made out of some 10, 11 laws, not one law, two laws. Okay, so that is why code. Understand? Code word is nothing but act, but then the source for that act is not one but multiple acts. Clear to you? And don't write anything. You write, what will happen? You will revise. If you revise, then what will happen? You will remember. And if you remember, what will happen? You will answer wherever people ask. And if you answer, then they will appreciate. Then drushti, nazar lag jata, bolte na. And then you will fall sick, isn't it? Array, my dear friends, still you have not understood what I am saying. Please, writing as well. Something not written on the board also. And it's helpful. If you know it, no problem. You can ignore. No, sir, I know anyways code. So I need not write. Okay, I accept. You don't know, make sure you write so that you revise. Law. Yes, sir, I know already. No need to write. I'm not forcing you to write everything, but then few things, yes. Okay. Sir, ordinance. You forgot ordinance. What is ordinance? Simple language, simple words, I'll say temporary law. Temporary. Meaning parliament is not in session. Generally, what is the procedure? Parliament, then president approval, no? But sometimes what happens when parliament is not in session and some law has to be made. Okay. So they will make this ordinance, president will sign, later on within some time frame. There's a time frame within which parliament has to approve it. So it will be placed before parliament within that time and parliament will approve. Clear? Ordinance means temporary law. Emergency we required sometimes. So we can't say no, parliament first, then only. Boss, let's go for ordinance. If you know by any chance, even we had companies amendment ordinance also. 2019. I'll show it to you if you want later. Okay, we had. So are we going to read those ordinance or probably amendment act also? Yes sir, because we are going to read company law. So amendments is a part of company law or not? Of course. Origindium? Of course. Why? Because there can be some error, some mistake, which they will rectify by issuing origin. Clear to you? Sir, why are you wasting our time, sir, on all this? Jump to directors, sir. Managerial remuneration, sir. What do you say? May I? Or do you think I'm making sense? Do you think because of this probably you're even getting interest in the subject? You think that probably these things indirectly will help us? You want to become a cricketer, okay, batter, bowler, whatever. You need to only practice cricket. Do you think you need to practice only cricket if in case you want to become a cricketer? No. You'll say, sir, swimming also must, football also must. Why so? Sir, different body parts. So obviously I want flexibility, agility and confidence in each and everything. Even meditation is required because that will give you calmness, which is required in the game. Same way, please understand, you said you are at war with CMA Institute. So you need to understand there are certain other things also which you need to know. That is where probably what is required you will do better or best. So I know what is there in syllabus. I know it very well. I've shown you. But at the same time, I should also tell you that certain things not there in syllabus, but which is going to matter. And that's what I'm trying to do. Is it clear to you? Right, sir. Done. Right. Now let's go to the next one. Arrangement of law. Is law arranged in a particular manner? Okay, last thing for today. Don't worry. I'll close it once I complete this. Faces are like, what is this? What is he doing? And if you're hungry, you can always eat, as I've told you. You can take out, you can munch something. But don't keep offering to others. Meer kuda teeskondi, meer kuda teeskondi. Meere tinandi. Come back. Reasonableness is must, boss. And interpretation matters. That's what it shows. Sir, after teaching this subject, you have gone mad. Yes, I am mad. And I take it as a compliment. I take it as a compliment. 3 idiots. Idiot is a compliment, right? To understand. Because you're mad for what you're doing or your passion, or your profession. Something good. You should also become mad CMAs, not just deserving CMAs. People should say, Arey, he was born to be a CMA. Will you take it as compliment or no? Yes, simple. Chalo. So, arrangement of law. How is law arranged? Is this class arranged in a particular manner? Yes, sir. And is it creating convenience because the way it is arranged? Because of the way it is arranged, is it creating convenience? Yes. All of you are facing this side, right? Where you can see me, I'm facing you, right? The screens which are there, AC, like that. There's some arrangement done and it's creating convenience. Same way, law needs to be arranged properly so that it is convenient for us to refer that law, read that law. You agree with me? So that's what they have done. So tell me, what do you find? How is law arranged? Sentences, 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 pages, 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 pages. Everything is written. No, no. Then, sir, we have seen there are chapters, there are sections, there are subsections, there are clauses, subclauses, provisos, like that. There are multiple things. Schedules also, sir. Sometimes even appendix. Sir, before that there is preamble, sir. Preamble. Don't you see? Yes. Sir, before the title, sir. Okay. Agreed. And then, is any particular way there to denote section number? How do they write? Yesterday I've shown you, 186 when I wrote. How did I write? Right? And how did I write chapter number? So there is a particular way of denoting. Generally they follow that. Generally. But sometimes exceptions also are there. So I've tried putting it here. You can take a pic because if you try it will take time. And I know you are hungry. So it's fine if you take a pic of it. So what is there? First thing, title anyway is there. Okay, so I have not written title. I have written preamble. Then, sir, the whole of the law, whole of the act is divided into parts, chapters. Okay, and in those parts or chapters, what will you find? Sections. Sections may have subsections, clauses, subclauses, proviso, subproviso, explanations, and then At the end of the act, you will find some schedules. You may also find appendix, that is nothing but attachment. Right? Yes? The right hand side, what did I write? Sir, the way they denote. This is what is written, no? Parts and chapters, how do they denote? See, section number. Come on guys, are you able to understand? On the right hand side, you could see how we denote it. Okay. So let me just take questions. Because you know this, no? I'll take questions in it. What, sir? We are feeling hungry and you are asking questions. When you are hungry, what do? Shout. Yes or no? Shout. But answers, huh? And when you are all full, you had your lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever, you're full, then you get energy, then you shout again because you have energy, you are energized. Chalo, come back. So, guys, is it compulsory that every section will have a subsection? Good. Is it that section numbers are always unique? Yes. How many times will you find section number 5 in Indian Contract Act? Only once. How many times you will find section number 5 in FEMA? Only once. That means section number is unique, no? Achha, how many times will you find subsection number 1 in Companies Act? Many a times. Subsection 5? Many a times. Isn't it? So subsection numbers, clause numbers, subclauses are not unique. But section number is unique. Followed? Okay, sir. Sir, next thing. You have written for sections some alphabets also, sir. Hope you observed. 4A, 4B. Same way for chapters 3A, 3B. What does this indicate? Alphanumeric way of indicating or denoting. Alphanumeric. Alphabet and number. Alphanumeric. What does this indicate? Amendments. Someone is answering. Good. Amendments. Alphanumeric shows what? Amendments. See, when they bring the law, when they bring the act, at that time the number will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. Correct? They will not have 4A, 4B like that. But later on when they want to bring some amendment, there is a possibility that that amendment relates to or is connected with section 4. Has to be before section 5. Then how do they insert? 4A, 4B. Later on, if suppose something more has to add it, 4B, 4C. Clear? Connected? No, then only they'll add like this. Suppose it is connected to 77, then 77A, 77B, like that it will be. Okay. Same way chapter 3A. Why 3A? Sir, connected to maybe 3, or it should be in sequence after 3 but before 4. I'll show you. Okay, producer companies, if you have heard of chapter number 21A. A. That means complete chapter is an amendment. It was not there originally, later they added. So all the sections there, 378 to some 378 ZU, ZL. You'll find, yeah, those many sections are there in that chapter. 378A, 378B, like that you'll read. Once 378Z comes, you'll say over. No, 378ZA will start. Understand? Okay. Parts, chapters, both can be there, or only chapters, only parts will be there. Sir, chapter is a group. Sometimes they will make even subgroup. So they'll say part. Sometimes group they will call it as part, and subgroup they'll call it as chapter. That's okay. Basically that is group and subgroup. Okay. Perfect. Sir, you have written for clause small alphabets in brackets. Again, subclause you also have written the same. No, you should not read like this. Suppose they use clause, okay, for clauses, small alphabets within bracket, then for subclause they will use small Roman numbers within brackets, with or without alphabet. But if they've used for clauses small Roman numbers, then they'll use small alphabet. So you have to read like this. Okay. So even here I have written, see, subsection 1A, that means this is an amendment. Earlier it was not there. This subsection was not there. Same way here, if you just see, maybe. Proviso. What is proviso? Exception. Special case. Proviso means what? Special case. And how do we know there is a proviso? There is a prefix. What's that prefix? Provided that. Prefix you understand now? Before. So provided that words will be there. That means there's a proviso. Subhasini said, Subhasini, okay, Subhashini. Happy? Come on, auntie. So Subhashini said, Ishwar, I would talk to you provided it makes sense. He said, I didn't say. Subhashini said, I would talk to you provided it makes sense. That means generally this fellow Ishwar talks senseless. And Subhashini is saying, just in case you talk sensibly, then okay, I can talk to you. Provided it makes sense. So, makes sense is exception, special case. Getting my point? Provided word will help you understand that. Sir, is it always in the middle? No, it's not necessary. It should be before special case. That is for sure. Here, all of you, right, sir, sub proviso is further exception, further special case. So there you'll have prefix further provided that. So for provisos, we don't have number. We have prefix provided that, further provided that, also provided. Okay, I have 2-3 questions more, but I'll not trouble you now. Maybe we'll take it up tomorrow. Okay, in our next session. So tomorrow again, we will see this arrangement first, those questions, and then proceed with the next one, that is, what do we read when we read law? Thank you all. God bless you, and see you all tomorrow. But before we end, as usual, any questions, please raise. My dear online live students, those who are watching, if you have any questions as well, please answer, please ask. Yes, Arjun, if you're there and you want to ask any question, please feel free. Others, any question? Are you able to follow? Are you able to follow the class? All of you? Great, thank you. Okay, don't think they have any question.